So, yeah, here's the deal. I was not expecting the movie of the year with Jurassic World Rebirth, but I expected something a little better than this. Hey guys, it's Brian. Welcome to the awards contender. I saw a sneak preview of Jurassic World Rebirth a few days ago. I've been waiting for the embargo to lift to review it for you. And I have some thoughts on this movie. I am a huge Jurassic movie fan. Like going back to the 1993 original by Steven Spielberg, that is one of my favorite films of all time. That movie got me into cinema. Like in the summer of 93, I was 8 years old and I saw that opening weekend and it just blew my mind. So anytime we have a new Jurassic movie, I am there opening weekend or before if I have the opportunity. I always go in with an open mind. Every single sequel, even if it's like not getting good reviews and, I'm not hearing amazing things, I still hope to be entertained. I still hope to have a good time. Leading up to Jurassic World Rebirth, I rewatched Jurassic Park and The Lost World and Jurassic Park 3. And there are things to like about the first two sequels. Like you have Jeff Goldblum in the second one, you have Sam Neill in the third one, and they're very imperfect. They don't work that well, the two sequels, but I still get pretty entertained by them. I still like the sequels well enough. The Jurassic World movies I have seen once, and I was going to revisit those, and I thought about it, and then I was like, I'm good. I don't need to watch the Jurassic World movies. I knew going into Rebirth, it was kind of a brand new thing. It wasn't going to refer really to past characters, past narratives. You could go into Jurassic World Rebirth only having seen like the first one. You don't have to know anything about the Jurassic World films. I mean, I guess you could get a sense of like how much time has passed since the events of Jurassic Park, but I mean, in the early moments of Jurassic World Rebirth, you know where we are, where the dinosaurs have ended up, basically. They're not doing well, and it's a different kind of landscape for their survival and what the main characters of this narrative want out of them. So this is a spoiler-free review. I'm not going to give anything away in Jurassic World Rebirth. If you choose to go see it, which, you have that option, I guess. Like, there are things to like about this movie. I will not rob you of any plot twists and stuff. This is just like my basic thoughts on the film. As a big Jurassic fan, I was heavily disappointed in Jurassic World Rebirth because it was like a mini reboot with new characters and stuff that Gareth Edwards was directing. This is the man who made The Creator and Godzilla and Rogue One. That David Koepp, who wrote the original film Jurassic Park, he came back and wrote this. I had high hopes. I thought this would be good, if not great, probably the best one since maybe Lost World, maybe even the original. And that's not the case. I am sorry to report, for me, this is the worst one. This is the worst Jurassic Park film of the 7, and the basic reason why is the opening 45 to 50 minutes of this movie. They are intolerable. They are so boring, so stiff, almost nothing happens. You have a couple little action teases earlier in the movie. There's a scene like on the water that lasts 2 or 3 minutes. There's a couple little things, but for the most part, the first act of Jurassic World Rebirth is characters, very one-note characters, who don't have much going on, saying some of the most insipid dialogue that is just always there to tell the audience things about the characters' backstories. I mean, there is literally a scene on a boat where Scarlett Johansson and Mahershala Ali sit down and talk to each other. And they're basically looking out at the audience saying, oh, here's a little bit about my past. Here's what happened many years ago that has affected me today. It's very awkward and banal, and that David Koepp wrote this. Like, he just wrote Black Bag, which came out a few months ago, and that had wonderful dialogue in it. So it's kind of a mystery to me. To make matters worse, just the blocking of these early scenes. The blocking itself, like how the actors move around the space, doesn't feel right. So I'm sitting there in the theater just baffled at what I'm watching. I'm like, this is a giant summer entertainment blockbuster. It's a Jurassic movie. It doesn't have to have action every scene. I get that we need certain moments earlier in the narrative to set up the characters and the plot and what they want and what they're going to do with the dinosaurs. This movie needs that, of course, but it's handled all wrong. And by like the 40-minute mark, this movie is deadly. I was like, man, I have not been this bored in a film in a long time, in many months. And I've seen some trash, since the beginning of the year. And I'm just like, wow, this is really failing. And around like the 40-50 minute mark, I was like, this might be one of the 10 worst films of 2025. I was hating it that much. Thankfully, the second act is much better. This movie never finds its rhythm. There's never a part of it where I was like, oh, now it's really great. It's got a couple really dynamite action scenes with the dinosaurs in like the middle half hour of the movie or so. There's two really good ones. And those few minutes of Jurassic World Rebirth, I was like, okay, it was worth trudging through this film one time. On a big screen with a giant crowd. And I'm like, at least there's this. At least there's something to take away from this experience, because those few select minutes are fantastic. And if the rest of the movie could live up to those action scenes, this could have been the best one since the original. At least since the original 3, but then we get to the third act of Jurassic World Rebirth, which I will not spoil for you, but it gets very exhausting very quickly, and it's not very fun, it's not entertaining, it's not surprising. Everything that happens in the last 30 to 40 minutes, I saw coming from a mile away, and so when it ended, I was like, damn. This could have been really cool. It could have been a reboot with a new cast of characters, people we care about, a narrative to care about. The Jurassic universe is huge. There are so many things that could exist in this place. There are so many different stories to tell. So there was promise here, and the cast is really good. You have Scarlett Johansson and Mahershala Ali. You have Jonathan Bailey, who is the most interesting character in the film. Bailey is pretty good. I mean, I'm a huge Jonathan Bailey fan, right? Like, he could show up in 5 or 6 movies a year, and I would be a happy man. I thought it was cool that he was in a new Jurassic movie, and he's playing a cute, nerdy, smart paleontologist with glasses. Like, if there was ever a reason for me to rewatch this film down the road, if I ever do that, it'll be for Jonathan Bailey. Like that's the truth. He's probably my favorite thing about the film outside of those 2 action scenes. The basic plot of the movie, I'll just say at the very beginning, Scarlett Johansson plays this weathered, covert ops expert named Zora. She's been hired to lead a team into one of the few islands, places on Earth where dinosaurs are still flourishing, to extract DNA from 3 of them to bring back. She brings along a few people played by Jonathan Bailey and Mahershala Ali and Rupert Friend. They might not all have the best of intentions in what they're doing, and they all understand this is a very dangerous mission. Like, Johansson's character Zora asks for a lot of money, and she gets it. She gets a lot of money, numbers that have 6 zeros at the end, right? And that also was kind of lazy screenwriting, because that's been the case before. Like in Jurassic Park 3, that's how they get Alan Grant back on the island, is through money and funding. And we've seen that before. There's nothing original in how this plot sets into motion in the first 20 minutes. And it can't be a spoiler to tell you, eventually the team gets to the island, and then there is dinosaur action and carnage and people running for their lives. This is nothing new. This is the 7th Jurassic movie. So you know what to expect. Everybody's showing up to Jurassic World Rebirth. There's a certain level of expectation, certain scenes we all want to see. We want to see the dinosaurs in all of their gravitas, and we want those moments of excitement and terror. And even though I didn't much care for this movie, even though the first act is rough, man, it takes forever to get to the main events of the story that we care about, Jurassic World Rebirth delivers enough action with the dinosaurs in the second and third acts. Some general audience members who are just looking for, you know, a decent time at the movies. They're eating their popcorn, they're drinking their soda, and they're just like half-heartedly, you know, watching Jurassic World Rebirth. They might get something out of it. It's not a total disaster. This is not one of the 10 worst movies of the year. I just think we are at a stage with the Jurassic franchise. You need to bring it, man. You need to bring it, have really good characters, an exciting, fresh, new story, something we haven't seen before, but also nods to maybe the original. That's fine, like we can have more of that. There's really none of that in Jurassic World Rebirth. Like, one of the original characters' names is mentioned at one point. And that was like the only nod I could tell. For me, everything about Jurassic World Rebirth felt like a mandate from Universal Studios. Like, we need a Jurassic movie in the summer of 2025. Let's hire a talented director. Let's get David Koepp back. Let's get a few really good actors in the cast. Oscar-nominated actors. Oscar-winning Mahershala Ali. Oscar-nominated Scarlett Johansson. Jonathan Bailey was a really good get for this movie in terms of casting. Like, all of the ingredients are there, but no one took the time to make sure this worked, right? I bet the script was only halfway there, and then I bet they just started shooting. I bet they were like, this is good enough, let's go. You know, it's a Jurassic movie. People will show up. It doesn't have to be great. It doesn't even have to be good. We just need to deliver a couple, maybe 3 really good action scenes, make the movie good enough, and people will walk out and say, yeah, that was fine, you know, it was worth 10, 12, 13 bucks, whatever. The film will make a profit for us, and everybody's happy, you know? 2 years from now, 3 years from now, it doesn't matter how good or great or bad or whatever Jurassic World Rebirth is. We made our money back and then some, you know, got a little profits. And maybe 3 years from now, we'll do another Jurassic World. We'll just keep making them forever because people will show up. They love the original Jurassic Park from '93 so much, they will keep coming. And that's true. If there's ever a new Jurassic movie, I will be there in the hope that it will be like, you know, in the vicinity, somewhat close to the quality of the first movie. I think a big problem with this franchise is that it started with perfection. Jurassic Park is a perfect summer blockbuster entertainment. The writing, the directing, the characters, the storytelling, the visual effects, the sense of place, the pacing, everything is perfect in Jurassic Park. But now with the 7th installment in the franchise, we've kind of seen it all. And so if you're going to give us another one, you have to step up your game and give us something really exciting. If not, like, what are we doing here? Other than a money grab for Universal Studios. Like, other than that, what is the point? And I never really saw a point in Jurassic World Rebirth outside of some fun action scenes with the dinosaurs. The characters make no sense. They're very stiff. Scarlett Johansson is terrible in this movie. She's really bad. I mean, it's not really her fault. She doesn't get much to do. She's never believable as her character. It just, like, I don't know if it was the actor, the screenplay, everything. It doesn't work. Mahershala Ali, outside of one moment at the end, gets nothing to do in this film. And I'm like, well, you know, Johansson and Ali, they got paychecks, you know? They're putting food on the table, and that's great. But I can't imagine, like, they read the script and thought, oh yeah, this is going to be the best Jurassic movie since the original. It's just not there on paper, and so Jurassic World Rebirth, after all is said and done, is a waste of time. Again, it's got a couple moments that are pretty fantastic. It's got some visual effects in it I liked. The big action scene I enjoyed the most, which comes from the original novel by Michael Crichton, and it's in the trailer. It's not a spoiler to say there is a T-Rex attack scene on a river, and it's great. It's shot really well, it's paced well. I was really taken with that scene. It's like maybe 3 or 4 minutes. The problem with the scene is it involves a family who I haven't even mentioned in this review. There's like another group of people who become involved in the narrative, this family, and talk about one-note characters. There is nothing to any of them either. It's just like, why are they here? It's to have like parallel structure in the narrative or something to like add to the tension, maybe, was the thinking by David Koepp. but they don't work very well either. So by the end, you don't really care about anyone, even though there's been a few action moments that worked okay. It never fully comes to life, and so I am very sad to report. I do think this is a step down from the Jurassic World trilogy, which I wasn't a big fan of in the first place. Obviously, this film is not getting any Oscar nominations. If I had to give it one, like if I had to nominate Jurassic World Rebirth for something, it would be visual effects. They look pretty great. The dinosaurs, especially that T-Rex attack scene on the river, it looks fantastic. I like the look of the dinosaurs in this, so an Oscar nomination for Best Visual Effects, that would be okay. I don't think it's going to happen. If I had to give this film one Oscar nomination, it would be the visual effects. But certainly not the screenplay. The screenplay, no. Not so much. I mean, there is a moment at the end of Rebirth. I won't give it away. It's the last scene. There is an arc to one of the characters that has a payoff in the last moments, and it's handled so poorly, so ineptly. Just the way a line of dialogue is said is done with no emotion, no feeling. I'm like, this should be a big emotional moment at the end of Jurassic World Rebirth, and you feel nothing in the audience. The character says the line, we cut to another shot, it's as if it doesn't matter, and then the movie ends, and I'm like, damn. This was a huge missed opportunity. I am so disappointed in this new Jurassic movie. All of the pieces are there, but they don't fit together, and by the end, you're like, what was the point? Jurassic World Rebirth, I am sorry to say, is really bad. I give it a 4 out of 10. Thanks so much for watching and subscribing, and let me know in the comments below, what did you think of Jurassic World Rebirth, and I'll see you next time at the Awards Contender.